Stephen Moffat, yes.
Good. What are we talking about? Stephen Moffat. So, what did the Planet Mondas crew have to say about Series 7 and the specials, the anniversary, Richard, if anything?
I'm glad you asked me about that, because any moment now I might even have it up on the screen. So,
I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said on the screen.
so, so Martin Kinsella says, "Let's not forget Clara, although I wish I could. All bouncingly awful. Bow ties are cool." Said, "For me, it all went wrong after Amy and Rory left. It just wasn't the same for me afterwards. I tried to warm to Clara, but she kept getting on my nerves." The Ginger Cat said, "I think River Song was done to death." I suppose that's somewhat in the previous seasons as well. "Didn't reckon much on that Paternoster gang
Yes.
with the comedy Centauran. Silly, childish, lame."
She was done to death backwards, though, wasn't she?
Well, that's true. I felt from Series 7 onwards, says Ginger Cat, he's not done yet, the show had become very junior Doctor Who, cartoonish, Scooby-Doo. And then Joseph, somewhat controversial figure on the forum recently, "It was because of third-wave feminists who slandered and bullied Stephen Moffat from about 2012 onwards, and he started to pander to them at the expense of the show."
Well, I thought it was fourth wave feminists these days, anyway.
Well, I do you know, I looked it up because I don't know one wave of feminists from another, I have to say, but yeah, apparently there is a fourth wave.
So yeah, well, I think in response to Joseph's thing, first of all, I don't think it becomes overtly political until Series 10. Not like overtly, which we talked about before. But apart from that, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I quite like Series 7. But I don't know if we want a quick run through of it, so you can disagree with me or agree or whatever.
Bits of it.
Let's start off with Christmas, though. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe.
Well, it was better than the previous one. It's very, very slight. Ooh. Not much happens, but it's okay. And Love Saves the Day. But it's not unpleasant. It's not the worst Christmas special by any means.
A lot of people think it is. Richard?
No, don't think so.
I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It's all right.
I think it's the best Christmas special there's been. I love it.
Okay.
Because I'm a warm, Christmassy sort of person.
Who doesn't like Catherine Jenkins?
Well, Catherine Jenkins isn't synonymous with Christmas.
True.
But, no, I love it. I think it's great. I love the Christmassy, Father Christmas, mad Doctor Who professory stuff. I think that's perfect for Christmas Day. And I think the rest of it is just, Christmassy Christmas. I like it. It's fine. I can forgive the Love Saves the Day. It's the time of year you should have it.
Yeah,
I just thought it was an hour to lose yourself in a feel-good Christmassy thing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing says Christmas more than a bunch of Christmas trees. Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah. You get to marvel at Xander's massive ears, which is another one that you can't not look at once you've noticed it. KFC, big head, tiny body. Google that one if you've not seen it. Jeremy Beadle's withered hand. Gordon Brown's slack jaw when inhaling, and now Xander Armstrong's massive ears. So that's a bonus.
Yeah, having him in it always makes him seem a bit pointless to me, but anyway.
Oh! So we start off with Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah.
And then Dinos on a Spaceship, Town Called Mercy, Power of Three.
So I liked Asylum of the Daleks. I particularly liked the introduction of Clara. Putting on, so we knew who she was.
Yeah.
But it put us off because we thought she's not supposed to be here yet.
Yeah, that was quite clever.
And we didn't know either.
Yeah.
There was the other thing that was
fact
surprising.
that she's a Dalek. I mean, that's rather with the egg whisk. That's rather clever. So I mean, actually, this is Moffat being Moffat-y, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind this one. It sort of plays around with the Daleks a bit, and there may be some people who don't like that.
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, old chin balls.
I didn't like this much. It was a bit crap. And it was just a bit unpleasant too. It didn't do much for me.
Well, I mean, I thought it was quite fun until the Doctor committed murder.
How? Why? Remind me.
Well, he basically takes... he finds the bad guy and he decides he's going to off him for, I mean,
Yeah.
With the first Doctor, he's killed the first
David
Doctor.
Bradley. He killed David Bradley. Yeah.
Probably made a sexist joke or something.
Yeah, probably.
I don't mind it. It's quite, it's quite inoffensive for me, mostly. Town Called Mercy, Whithouse.
Yeah, I can't really remember it now, to be honest.
There's not a lot that happens. It's just like the gunslinger bloke turns up.
I thought it was really good. I thought the production was fantastic. I thought Matt Smith was on fire. I thought that was really funny when he walks in and asks for tea and all that sort of stuff. No, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a good story. And then Chibnall again with The Power of Three.
Well, I don't really remember this, to be honest.
It's the invasion of the cubes.
That's right. Is Stephen Burkhoff in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something went wrong at the end. Yeah, because it kind of makes sense most of the way through, and then
when
it all
Stephen
falls
Burkhoff
apart.
turns up.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought again we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stories here, and none of them are particularly offensive. Take or leave them. They're one-parters, so you can move on if you don't like it. And then we go into The Angels Take Manhattan.
Yeah, or as I've called it, The Angels Jump the Shark.
Yeah.
Reminded me a bit of like Back to the Future 3 in some ways.
It's another example of where Amy and Rory can't just leave.
Yeah.
There's got to be some earth-shattering reason why they're separated from the Doctor, and it frustrates me.
I just absolutely couldn't get into this once the Statue of Liberty shows up.
Yeah,
that
was the moment, wasn't it?
I think it's
that's
one
right,
of the most ill-conceived jokes. Or is it a joke? I don't know. I hope it's a joke, but I just think there was a cartoon going around of the Statue of Liberty tiptoeing through New York, trying not to stand on people. I just thought it was stupid. Incredibly stupid. Hey ho, Amy and Rory go. Reflections.
Rory dies, by the way. Rory dies again.
So does Amy.
Yeah.
Reflections on their time.
Oh, Amy had her moments. Rory was a bit... I guess that Rory never really did much for me because he was dying most of the time. And he always came across as a bit of a wet blanket. But that's just because,
Good performance by
Arthur Darvill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job, but the character... he just died all the time. It was...
So I liked her, but I mean, her character was subject to some weird twists and turns. Mainly Moffat's fault. But I thought that Karen Gillan did a good job.
I think they all did a good job myself, and I think it was a real pleasure watching them when they were because Moffat can write some humorous sort of sparkling dialogue.
Yeah,
and I think when they were all firing, I quite like the comedy in there. And I think that's one thing that Moffat is a plus for me, is that if you take away the trivial things like the storylines and the character development, he can write some nice sparkling comedy.
Yes.
Or some light-hearted moments, and with three good performers. I thought that was probably my favourite thing of the era. It's a way that I've found to be entertained by the era.